The viola, naming the structure, standing in the middle voice. Before we talk about comparison, before we talk about being overlooked, before we talk about whether the viola is harder or easier, we meet it properly. Because the viola is not a compromise, it is a place. And to stand in that place, we need shared language. Not memorised, not defended, simply understood. So when I name something, you know where we are. The body of the viola. Let's begin at the top. At the very top is the scroll, similar in shape to the violins, but carried by a larger body below. Beneath it sits the tuning pegs, resting in a peg box, guiding the strings down into the neck and onto the fingerboard. The fingerboard is longer than the violins, wider beneath the hand, asking for more reach, more patience. This is an instrument that does not rush. Where the fingerboard meets the neck is the nut, a small but precise piece of wood, cut to guide the strings cleanly and evenly. Below this point, the instrument opens into its body. The front is the top plate, arched to move air slowly and richly. The F-holes are wider set, releasing sound that does not shout, but spreads. The bridge stands beneath the strings, balanced, not fixed, holding tension through placement alone. The strings pass down to the tailpiece, secured by the tail gut, and finally to the end button, which anchors the instrument to the player's body. Inside, unseen but vital, the bass bar supports resonance, and the sound post transfers vibration, linking front and back. You do not need to picture all of this clearly. You only need to feel. The viola bow is heavier than the violin bow, with a broader ribbon of hair. There is a stick, there is bow hair, there is the frog, the weighted adjustable meeting point where the hand transfers arm weight into sound. The opposite end is the tip. These words matter because teachers will use them, and they refer not to judgment but to location. The bow is not about pressure. It is about staying long enough for sound to bloom. Holding the viola. The viola rests on the body, much like the violin, but it asks for more space. The instrument sits slightly lower. The left arm opens more, the right arm travels further. If you try to treat it like a violin, it resists. If you give it time, it responds. This is not an instrument for urgency. You tuck the instrument between your shoulder and your chin. You can optionally use a shoulder rest. This is entirely a matter of choice. We will look further into this in a future episode. Taking up space, the inner orb. Where the violin projects outward, the viola settles inward. Imagine an orb around your torso, not small but contained. Your breath lives here, your ribs, your shoulders. The bow moves through this space. The sound grows from it. Nothing should feel pinched. Nothing should feel apologetic. The viola does not reward forcing yourself forwards. It rewards depth. If you hurry, the sound thins. So you allow yourself to stay, calmly, steadily, with trust. What comes next? Now, and only now, do we have what we need. Not repertoire, not comparison, but ground. A named structure, a body allowed to open, time for sound to form. Now we can make a noise, a middle voice, a necessary voice. And once that sound exists, it holds everything together, and it belongs to you. Copyright 2025 Sarnia de la Maré, the Continuum approach.